we started in digital, right? We weren't a traditional agency that was forced to go from print traditional media into the digital space. Yes, it did some of that in the early days, but really my focus became digital. Now I'm a little bit older than the typical internet marketer. I'm in my early 50s. My business partners got me by a couple years as well. So we always say we're a couple of older guys in a young man's game. But we have really approached this from a business first mentality. We both started companies, both exited companies. So we've been able to really surround ourselves with absolute experts in the space.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Michael Hamburger, CEO of Ezzey. Michael, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good, thank you. I appreciate you spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about Ezzey.
Andrew, Michael Hamburger. First off, I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a guy that just absolutely enjoys life. I've been doing digital marketing since about 2003, 2004. So I'm always grateful that Vice President Gore invented this thing called the internet. So I have a good profession. No longer in law enforcement or data and telecom like I was many careers ago. So man, it's a great day to be in Arizona and a great day to be here with you on Business Ninjas.
Excellent. I appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about Ezzey and what you guys do.
We're a full suite, full scope digital marketing agency based in Scottsdale. Customers are literally throughout the world. We're a typical agency. We focus on SEO, paid media, asset builds like websites, funnels, social media management, really the full gamut. The only thing we don't have full time on staff right now is no video, no audio, and no still photography. But other than that, we handle pretty much everything else in the digital space. Got a team about 20 plus full-time guys and a flex team up to 100.
Excellent. And what's the origin story? When did you start Ezzey?
I started Ezzey November 1st of 2017. I got into digital, like I said, around 2003, 2004, did it for other people, grew some companies from like $20 million a year to $190 million a year using the digital marketing thing. I kind of say it as a tongue in cheek, as a joke. Did it for a lot of other people. The last place I was doing it was a company called Tech Academics. It was an internet marketing college with a major influencer guy by the name of Chris Record, and helped him go from $0 to $51 million in sales in the first 18 months. Some things transpired that I just didn't feel were aligned with my morals and ethics, and left there the 1st of August in 2017. Took a couple months to find myself and really put this idea of Ezzey together. It had been in the back of my mind for a long, long time. Started off in kind of a different direction where we had different branches. People were actually buying in. They could have like a sales team in different states, different countries. What I realized is that wasn't duplicatable. People were always looking to me like, hey, how do you help me grow my business? And so my business partner had another agency at the time, guy by the name of Ross Denny, incredible partner. And Ross had another agency. We bumped into each other, ironically, through a client of ours. We had the largest mortgage company in Arizona, the 5th largest, I think, in the nation at the time, that we shared a mutual contact and mutual customer. He was building an app or work on an app for them, and I was doing their SEO and their paid media and funnels. And he saw that funny last name of mine on a business card and said, how the heck do you guys know Michael Hamburger? And our client shared, and a client called me after that meeting and said, Ross Denny, you know him? I said, I do. He said, expect a phone call. He just saw your card. Ross called, and after 6 months of really discussing how his agency was working, how mine was working, because I started off really meta ads, funnels, and chat bots back then. All the foundational Google type work I was farming out to a third-party vendor. Great team, but really from a time standpoint, they were only a C+ to B- type fulfillment partner. So it wasn't something I was really that thrilled to put my name on, my reputation on. What I soon discovered is Ross and his team, they were absolutely incredible. A+ type players in SEO and Google paid search, paid media. And we decided to put the two agencies together and have 1 + 1 = 3 is what Ross would say. And I said, dude, no, 1 + 1 = 11. Let's make this thing rock and roll. So that happened in August of 2018, and we've been off to the races ever since. Really figured out how to get Google and Facebook to play together, and really how to have our clients win. So it's been a great decision.
Excellent, excellent. And in terms of those clients, what verticals are you servicing at Ezzey?
Great question. We've got really 3 different sides of the company. We've got Ezzey, which is really a custom bespoke. We're not really a niche-based agency on the Ezzey side. We're very data-driven, results-driven. We feel, and I felt very strongly when I started the agency, that I didn't want to niche down. Like, a lot of people kept asking me in the beginning, what's your niche going to be? And I said, my niche is results. I feel you can learn a lot from different types of customers and clients where you don't have to put the blinders on and be so granular. But then what happened is, like, February of 2018, a guy that I knew from some previous businesses reached out and said, Michael, I just started a clinic. I'm going to do a pain management clinic. I've spent my budget for the first quarter, but could you help me say Q2? And we dug in, we took a good look at what he was doing. And in that, the genesis of Ezzey Medical was born. And so Ezzey Medical, we focus really on patient growth for clinics. Started back then, it was, hyaluronic acid, PRP, stem cell, cash payment, where the business owners, the clinic owners and doctors loved it because it wasn't going through insurance. There was no Medicare, Medicaid, and we were a cash register for them. They could really scale a business. Now, some of the things have changed over the last few years with the the FDA. Get the 3 letters confused sometimes. But the FDA said, hey, no more of the stem cell stuff, right? So we were able to pivot there. We started doing it in weight loss and peptides, semaglutides, cosmetic dentistry, cosmetic surgery. So Ezzey Medical, we've got a very cool system. We've created some just killer results for clients in that space, really looking at the foundational type stuff, database reactivation, SEO, paid media, social media management, where we become that one-stop shop for doctors. And we've just seen explosive growth in that space for our clients over there. And then recently we launched a SaaS program. So back 2004, I was building companies, and I really got good at the way I was building it. I focused on 3 things, Andrew. Number one is always had an abundance of leads. There's never lead poverty consciousness going on, but there's always lead abundance, lead prosperity. So I figured out the more people I've been talked to, the easier it is for me to have a qualifying and a closing conversation. Second thing is, I got really clear that personal development was going to be a huge aspect, because what you think about, you bring about, to kind of boil it down the old Napoleon Hill positive mindset, right? Mm-hmm. And then the third part was having a duplicatable system. And so we were able to take our SaaS mentality and kind of put that over for our customers. It really spawned, again, from the medical side, because we were able to help coach the front desk people that were calling leads and making sure that people were showing up. And then we thought, wait a second, we could literally put this education course together, give it away as a freemium, and then watch people enroll inside of our system. And we've seen just some great results for that. We started working on that about a year ago, brought it to market in January, and we've just seen, again, killer results. So it's, kind of a custom bespoke digital marketing, medical side, and now the SaaS product kind of ties everything in. And if they want to hire us inside the SaaS to do some of the work we do, it's kind of a good lead gen source there as well.
Nicely done, sir. You speak our language. And what are the most common problems you're solving for these clients?
Well, that's an interesting question. And everybody's a little bit different, right? So we start our process, typically 90% of our customers, we start what we call a master marketing plan. So we will invest, it's a paid engagement. First 4 to 6 weeks, we really understand what the client's desire is. Because our whole motto is, we get results our customers can be proud of. Right. So it's not about like solving just a singular problem. We really dive in through the master marketing plan, and we look at 4 key areas. Number one, we look at what is their offer. Most business owners, they're so finite about selling their widget. If they're selling shovels, all they think about is selling shovels. And we want to just take a step back and kind of put a little space between them and the trees of the forest and say, okay, we understand what you're selling, but what is the customer buying? So let's create an irresistible offer that really ties it in. And so we will look at offer, assets, audience, and then traffic. And those 4, if you can kind of map a line with offer, assets, audience, and traffic, you can have a win. And so we, depends on if we're working with a CWD client or we're working with a law firm, torts, you name it. it's just, the idea is really to understand in that MMP process, master marketing plan process, what problem needs to be solved. And then we reverse engineer it, starting with the end in mind, but you reverse engineer it and really find out the pathway. It's like if you're there in Northern Virginia, I'm out here in Arizona. If you were to jump in the car and drive to my home, if I gave you the address and all you do is the address, yes, you could get here. But it would be the most, would it be the best path? Would it be the least expensive path? Would it get you in the most, the fastest amount of time? No. But if you clearly have that idea, okay, I'm going to jump on this highway, and then in this place, I jump on the junction on a new highway. Next thing you know, you're here in Arizona. It's the fastest way to get here. That's the mindset we do in the MMP. And then from that process, we put them in what we call our build, grow, scale plan. So MMP is a short engagement. We give them an opportunity to get to know us a little bit. No long-term agreement. Hey, if you like us, you keep us. If you like your doctor, you keep your doctor, kind of thing. And at that point, we've proven results for them. They see that, they know us, they like us, they trust us, they've had a meaningful result. If they don't want to engage with us, they walk away with their master marketing plan playbook. If they do want to engage with us, we start our build, grow, scale model and take people from wherever they are. So it depends on if they're a startup or if they're a scale up, what their budget is, what their desires are. We've worked with some crazy, had an opportunity to help sell a undiscovered Picasso in the early days of Ezzey. Pretty cool story. A guy in New Jersey finds this Picasso in his late uncle's basement. Everything from that to traditional stuff, you name it. We're always up for a cool challenge.
Nice. I love it. An undiscovered Picasso in a basement. Okay.
Yeah. When we get off the air, I'll send you a link to see this thing. It's pretty crazy.
Excellent. I'm already getting a picture, but what differentiates Ezzey? What makes you stand out from your competition?
Oh, another great question. Well, number one, we started in digital, right? We weren't a traditional agency that was forced to go from print and traditional media into the digital space. Yes, it did some of that in the early days, but really my focus became digital. Now, I'm a little bit older than the typical internet marketer. I'm in my early 50s. My business partners got me by a couple of years as well. So we always say we're a couple of older guys in a young man's game. But we have really approached this from a business first mentality. We both started companies, both exited companies. So we've been able to really surround ourselves with absolute experts in the space. I have a military background, spent 6 years in the United States Marine Corps, and there's like a running joke in the military. If your title was a specialist, you were everything but that. And so when I was working with the Internet Marketing College prior to starting Ezzey, we were training a lot of people on how to become agencies. And there's a lot of people doing that out there in the space. And what I noticed is many of these people that are quote unquote agencies would be a bunch of cross-trained people that were masters, jack of all trades and masters of none. And so when I built the agency, my mentality was the exact opposite. Let me find someone who absolutely is an expert in that discipline and only that discipline. And I call it being a gladiator or a Spartan in the Colosseum. And many agencies have lots of guys that are the horses pulling the chariots. Those are the cross-trained people. Me, I wanted Spartans that led teams. So guys that would be in the chariot where you're up a little bit higher. You can see the battlefield, right? You know what's going on. You can actually look over and see the guy on the meta side and the guy on the Google Ads side and the SEO guy, and be able to work from a leadership standpoint and then have the development teams that do the work. And as I share with you in privately, I'm the grandson of some immigrants, right? So I didn't want to have in my opinion, there's too many agencies right now that are using offshore talent where the client pays a premium because they want a premium product. And then they get a copywritten page that feels like Yoda was the copywriter. And so when I started the agency, I said, look, I want all onshore talent. I want everybody here that English is their primary language. No disrespect to any immigrants or third-party offshore talent, but that just wasn't what I was looking for. And so, we built it from that model, really from a top-down model where we understand what the customers are looking for, and then we can deliver. So it's just in my opinion, it's a little bit different than most are doing.
Heard. Gotcha. All right, let's switch gears for a minute.
Sure.
Last couple of years have been pretty challenging for most companies to sustain themselves through COVID. Tell me what you guys did to, weather the storm and grow through such a challenging time.
Well, that's a twofold question. So I'm gonna give you two different answers. Number one, as a company ourselves, even though I'm here at the office here in Scottsdale, I've worked remote since 2003. So I live a really cool life where I spend a couple months a year living on an island in Florida, still working my business, just a different view and a couple different hours. So, my team, our local team, we have about half a team here in the Phoenix, Arizona metro area. A lot of them would come in a couple days a week just to appease me because I loved having that team environment. But they were working from home then. So the opportunity of everybody to work remotely through technology, we were using this thing called Zoom that you and I are on right now long before COVID. So it wasn't like this was a new thing for us. As far as our customers, we watch some customers get their clocks cleaned, unfortunately. When your business is shut down, not to get political, but when your business is shut down, we had to really help pivot. We had companies that were, didn't have any kind of opportunity to be remote, just quite frankly. And we watched them, a little bit suffer. We helped a lot of those guys get on the digital side, like, hey, let's put in an e-com store. Let's see if we can't run some traffic, some ads. Just got really creative. For our medical clients, we put a heavy focus on SEO at the time, much bigger focus on SEO than we normally would have, though that is part of our core foundation. Just really, again, Andrew, there's a line in one of my favorite movies, Clear and Present Danger, with Harrison Ford, and there's the part where William Dafoe is going to find a sniper, right? And they're at the sniper training, and then all this stuff has happened, and the sniper keeps hitting the target over and over again, and they've got these spotters that are chasing it, and they can't find the sniper. Finally, they go, "Sniper, reveal yourself." 20 feet away from William Dafoe and the sergeant major, he pops up and he goes, "Sniper, how'd you get so close?" He goes, "By being a sneaky bastard, sir." And that's really how we approach everything on the digital side, by being sneaky and meeting our customers or our clients' customers where they are, not where we are. Tony Robbins, I think, said you meet your prospect where they are, not where you are. And that's something that just resonated. So putting ourselves, looking at the customer journey, looking at what the buying triggers are, understanding what the KPIs are, key performance indicators, understanding what the win is. So that MMP, the master marketing plan, it gives us an opportunity to really understand at a core essence, not just the client, but their brand voice, the customer journey, who the avatar is, a persona. Again, we approach the target by being a sneaky bastard, sir.
Well, then I'm glad we're meeting remotely at the moment.
Yeah, me too. I wish we were having coffee together. It'd be a different story.
Absolutely. Here's one for your marketing hat. What role has content played in the growth of Ezzey?
It's huge. Great question. Funny you would ask that one. It's huge because we are such an SEO driven company, and our clients, SEO is at the forefront of a lot of what we do. And as you know, content is king. Engagement is queen. I've been married 20 years. I can tell you that for the king and queen to be happy, you've got to have content and engagement. And so we look at content from two different aspects. One, we look at content that we're putting out there just for the search engines, the spiders to get crawled and indexed, et cetera. But that's not customer facing to us. That's just to play the game for Google. When it comes to content for the viewer, that's where I think it gets super interesting, because it's not just about trying to put the check boxes in for the bots and the spiders. It's getting that person to now engage, to find something that's where I got to learn more. Let me hit that learn more button. Let me trade an ethical bride. Let me trade my contact information. We call it our NAP, name, address, phone, for whatever the ethical bribe is, that content. So it's critical, man. I'm a big fan, right? That's why I'm here with you today, is to see how do we learn more about content. I'm sure you're going to share with a little bit about that today.
I will. I promise I will, and I will not be a sneaky whatchamacallit about it. All right, look ahead a year. What are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally a year from now?
Well, we've got some revenue goals my partner and I both have. So those are something that we're absolutely fixated on. We're approaching it from a mindset that it's already achieved. So we're playing that psychological, subtle game with our subconscious mind. I'd like to have a larger base in one of our newer verticals right now. So being able to prove that model out. And I'm getting great indicators. We're getting great indicators right now that we're onto something. Don't really want to reveal it here just yet, as we're still in the test mode, but the offer, the sales cycle, it's all coming out, and what were the results we're seeing for our customers just gives me great joy in knowing that the investment that we've made, time, money, resources, energy, et cetera, are playing out. We're looking to develop our SaaS a little bit more because as an agency, we understand that a lot of the value that we bring to our customers is really built in that foundation, the SaaS that we've developed. We had the agency sold under a letter of intent a couple years ago for a pretty big number until we realized that the emperor didn't have any clothes. So we were able to exit stage left there. If that conversation comes back up, awesome. It's not really something that it's on the forefront, but really for us, Andrew, I think history has a way of repeating itself. So we really are looking to have rock solid roots, a solid foundation, and deliver results to the customers that we promised we would. So for us, that reputation is that customer promise and fulfilling on that customer promise.
Excellent. Please tell us what your URL is, where people can find Ezzey, and what social media outlets you're using these days as well.
Absolutely. Well, you can see up here in this corner, there we go. Over here, we got ezzey.com and ezzymedical.com. Those are the two main. Ezzey.io is our new SaaS. But those are the three main ones that are out there. Ezzey.com for the bespoke custom, ezzymedical.com for the medical side, and ezzey.io as the SaaS. And you can find us a lot on LinkedIn. You can find us on Instagram. And then you can find just Ezzey itself over on Facebook. But those are the three main. I think Instagram is probably the best place for viewers really to check us out. We've found a lot of clients have found us just through hashtag searches over there, which has been pretty interesting to see. So again, playing a couple old guys playing the young man's game and really understanding the core and the root of the marketing space right now has been played out really well.
Well, for those of you listening to this podcast, that's Ezzey, EZZEY.com, and all the other permutations thereof. Michael Hamburger of Ezzey, thank you for spending some time with us on Business Ninjas today, and wish you and yours continued success and health in the future.
Andrew Lippman, I appreciate the invitation. I'm glad to be here, and thanks for the invitation. Look forward to doing this again sometime.
My pleasure. Be well.